Stop what you're doing for just a moment. Close your eyes. Take one deep breath. Now ask yourself this question. What if the reason your manifestations aren't working isn't because you're doing it wrong, but because you don't actually trust the physics? What if trust isn't a feeling, but a frequency? Open your eyes, because what I'm about to share with you in the next hour could fundamentally change not just how you understand quantum physics, but how you live it, how you breathe it, how you become it. And when that happens, when you stop trying to use quantum physics as a tool and instead embody it as your operating system, that's when reality starts bending in ways that will make you question everything you thought was possible. Camada 3's Validação de Experiência, Chadi 1 230. Let me guess, you've been studying this for a while now, haven't you? You've watched the videos. You understand the double-slit experiment. You know about the observer effect. You can explain quantum entanglement at dinner parties. You've done the visualizations, the affirmations, the vision boards, the scripting, the 369 method, the pillow method, and some of it worked, a little bit. Sometimes you got small manifestations, parking spaces, free coffee, a text from someone you were thinking about. But the big stuff, the life-changing stuff, the relationship you dream about, the financial breakthrough, the health transformation, the career that makes your soul sing, it's still just out of reach. And here's what I need you to hear. You're not broken. You're not doing it wrong. You're not spiritual enough or not positive enough. You're trying to run quantum software on classical hardware. You're trying to manifest from a place of believing quantum physics is real. While your nervous system, your biofield, your entire energetic structure is still operating as if Newton was right. You're trying to reprogram the thoughts while the operating system remains unchanged. What makes this approach different is that we're going to bridge 3 dimensions of understanding that are rarely brought together. Pillar 1, the science of consciousness. We're talking about measurable, provable mechanics of how consciousness creates reality, not philosophy, not wishful thinking, physics, real experiments by real scientists at real institutions like Stanford, Princeton, and the Institute of HeartMath. The kind of data that would hold up in a peer-reviewed journal. This is the bridge between ancient wisdom and modern science. Pillar 2, energy self-care as medicine, not as luxury, not as woo-woo, but as practical technology for healing your body and rewiring your nervous system. Your biofield isn't a metaphor. It's a measurable electromagnetic phenomenon that extends 3 feet outside your body. When you learn to work with it consciously, you're not doing energy work, you're doing physics. Pillar 3, natural magic, the forgotten art of working with the intelligence of nature. Lunar cycles aren't superstition, they're gravitational forces that move oceans. The Earth's electromagnetic field isn't mystical, it's a measurable 7.83 Hertz frequency that your brain synchronizes with. These aren't metaphors, they're real forces that you can harness for transformation. When you bring these 3 together, something extraordinary happens. You don't just change your thoughts, you don't just heal your emotions, you literally shift the frequency of your biofield, and when your field changes, your reality has to change. Not because you believe it, because that's how physics works. Now, before we go further, I need to warn you, this content is activational. What does that mean? It means as you watch this video, you may feel things, physical sensations, tingling in your hands or feet, heat in your chest or solar plexus. You might feel emotional. You might feel a sudden urge to change something in your life immediately. That's not random. That's your system recognizing truth. That's your higher self saying, yes, finally, this is what I've been waiting for. Trust what you feel in your body more than what you think in your mind. Your body doesn't lie. Your nervous system doesn't lie. Your field doesn't lie. Let's begin the journey from quantum theory to quantum trust and watch what happens when you do. For the last several years, I've been diving deep into the intersection between quantum physics, neuroscience, and practical spirituality. Not as a mystic disconnected from reality, but as someone searching for truth. Whether that truth lives in physics laboratories or in ancient energy healing practices. And what I've discovered is that the scientists and the mystics have been saying the same thing all along. They just use different languages. The mystics say consciousness creates reality. The physicists say the observer collapses the wave function. Same thing. The mystics say we are all one. The physicists say quantum entanglement connects all particles across space and time. Same thing. The mystics say your thoughts create your world. The physicists say intention affects matter at the quantum level. Same thing. The revolution happening right now, and most people don't even know it's happening, is this. Consciousness is not a product of matter. Consciousness is the matter. Consciousness is the field. Consciousness is the fundamental building block of reality itself. And when you truly understand this, when you don't just intellectually understand it, but embody it at a cellular level, you become dangerous, not to others, to limitations, to impossibilities, to the old paradigm that said you were a victim of circumstance. Today, you're going to receive the complete map. Part 1, the science of trust, why your nervous system determines your quantum field more than your thoughts. Part 2, the entanglement experiment, what Einstein got wrong and what it means for your relationships, your health, and your bank account. Part 3, the frequency hierarchy, the measurable scale from shame to enlightenment, and how to shift your set point. Part 4, the 3 brains protocol, how to synchronize your head, heart, and gut into coherence, and why coherence beats intention every time. Part 5, energy self-care as quantum hygiene, daily practices that literally restructure your biofield. Part 6, natural magic integration, working with earth frequencies, lunar cycles, and elemental forces as real physics. By the end of this video, you won't just understand quantum physics theoretically, you'll have a complete protocol for living it, for becoming it, for trusting it so deeply that your field has no choice but to reorganize around new possibilities. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to learn is going to challenge everything you thought you knew about who you are and what you're capable of creating. Let's begin. Albert Einstein publishes a paper with 2 colleagues, Boris Podolsky and Nathan Rosen. The paper is meant to prove that quantum mechanics is incomplete, that there must be something we're missing, some hidden variable that explains the weirdness, the problem. They discovered something that disturbed Einstein so much, he called it spooky action at a distance. Here's what they found. When 2 particles interact and then separate, they remain connected. Change the state of one particle, and the other particle, no matter how far away, changes instantly, not at the speed of light, instantaneously, faster than light should allow. Einstein hated this. It violated everything he believed about the universe. He spent the rest of his life trying to prove it wrong. But in 1982, a physicist named Alain Aspect actually tested it. He created pairs of entangled photons, separated them by large distances, and measured them. Einstein was wrong. The entanglement is real, it's measurable, it's repeatable. 2 particles that have interacted remain forever connected across any distance. When you affect one, you affect the other, instantaneously. And here's the question that changes everything. If particles can be entangled, why wouldn't consciousness be entangled? If 2 photons that touched once remain forever connected, what about 2 people who loved each other? What about your consciousness and the consciousness of someone you're trying to manifest? What about your current self and your future self? What if the reason your manifestations feel like they're taking forever is because you're trying to use classical physics, cause and effect, linear time, separation, to manipulate a quantum universe where everything is connected, time is fluid, and the observer creates reality? You're not waiting for something to happen in the future. You're waiting for your present frequency to match the frequency of the reality that already exists in the quantum field. But here's where it gets even more interesting, because if consciousness is entangled, if everything is connected at the quantum level, then the real question becomes, what determines which possibility collapses into your reality? And that's where trust comes in. but not trust as a feeling, trust as a frequency, trust as a measurable electromagnetic state of your nervous system. Let me show you another experiment that broke classical physics wide open and reveals exactly why you can understand quantum mechanics perfectly and still not manifest anything. Let's go straight to the scientific point that changes everything. Your nervous system creates a measurable electromagnetic field, and that field is what the quantum universe reads to determine which possibilities collapse into your reality. Not your thoughts, not your affirmations, your field. In 1991, the Institute of HeartMath began measuring something extraordinary using devices called squid magnetometers, superconducting quantum interference devices. These are the most sensitive magnetic field detectors in existence. What they discovered? Your heart generates an electromagnetic field that is 60 times greater in amplitude than your brain and can be detected up to 3 feet outside your body. That's not metaphor. That's physics. But here's where it gets revolutionary. When you feel emotions of coherence, gratitude, love, compassion, trust, your heart enters a harmonic rhythm, a smooth, ordered wave pattern. And when your heart enters coherence, it synchronizes your brain, your nervous system, and even your cells. They measured this. They can show you the before and after. Chaotic heart rhythm versus coherent heart rhythm. It's the difference between static and a clear radio signal. The numbers are staggering. 0, 1 hertz, frequency of coherent heart rhythm, also called heart coherence, 7.83 hertz. Earth's electromagnetic field, Schumann resonance, 5000x. Heart's electromagnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than brain's magnetic field, 3 feet. Distance your heart field extends outside your body 70%. Your body is 70% water. And remember, water holds frequency. Dr. Rollin McCraty, Director of Research at HeartMath, states, the heart is not simply a pump. It's an intelligence system that processes information and communicates with the brain and body through electromagnetic signals. And before you think this is pseudoscience, understand this. Your body is 70% water. In 2003, Dr. Masaru Emoto demonstrated that thoughts and emotions change the molecular structure of water. He froze water exposed to different words and emotions. Water exposed to love and gratitude formed beautiful, symmetrical crystals. Water exposed to hate and fear formed chaotic, broken structures. If thoughts alter the molecular structure of water, they alter the molecular structure of you. Your field isn't reading your thoughts, it's reading your frequency. And your frequency is determined by the state of your nervous system, not the words in your head. This is why you can affirm abundance for hours and still feel broke, because your nervous system is broadcasting the frequency of lack. And that's what the field reads. Here's what few people understand. The quantum field is like a cosmic radio. It doesn't respond to what station you want to tune into. It responds to what frequency you're broadcasting. Think about it like this. Imagine the quantum field as infinite radio stations, all broadcasting simultaneously. Every possible version of your life exists as a frequency. One station is broadcasting the reality where you're abundant. Another station is broadcasting the reality where you're struggling. Another is broadcasting the reality where you're healthy. Another where you're sick. All of these realities exist simultaneously in the quantum field. They're all real. They're all available. But which one becomes your reality? The one that matches your electromagnetic frequency, not your thoughts, your field. So let's break this down. If you're broadcasting anxiety through your nervous system state, through your heart rhythm, through your biofield, you're tuning into anxious realities, events that match anxiety, circumstances that validate anxiety. If you're broadcasting gratitude and coherence, you're tuning into grateful realities, events that match gratitude, circumstances that validate abundance. If you're broadcasting lack, I need this to work, I need money, I need love, you're tuning into the frequency of need. And what does the universe send you? More situations that create the experience of need. If you're broadcasting fullness, I already am abundant, I already am love, I already am whole, You're tuning into the frequency of having, and the universe matches that frequency. And here's the hard part to accept. You can't fake this frequency. You can't think your way into it. You can't affirm your way into it, because your subconscious mind, your nervous system, your biofield, they don't respond to conscious intention. They respond to safety, to coherence, to the actual electromagnetic state of your body. This is why so many people fail at manifestation. They're trying to broadcast a new frequency using the same nervous system that's been trained for 30, 40, 50 years to broadcast survival, lack, and fear. You're trying to tune into Abundance FM while your nervous system is hardwired to Survival AM. The solution isn't more affirmations. The solution is nervous system regulation, biofield coherence. Energy, self-care as medicine. So what's the solution? Coherence. Not belief, not visualization, coherence. The measurable synchronization of your heart, brain, and nervous system into one unified electromagnetic field. When you create coherence, you don't have to try to manifest. Your field naturally tunes into higher frequency realities. Automatically, effortlessly. The 3-breath Coherence Protocol. This takes 5 minutes. Do this every morning before you look at your phone, before you interact with anyone, before you let the chaos of the world into your field. Step 1. Grounding breath. 90 seconds. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the ground. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Exhale through your mouth for 6 counts. Hold for 2 counts. As you breathe, imagine roots growing from the base of your spine down through your feet deep into the earth. Feel the earth's magnetic field pulling your excess energy, your anxiety, your chaos down and grounding it. Do this for 6 complete breath cycles. Step 2, heart activation, 90 seconds. Now shift your attention to your heart center. Place your hand on your chest if that helps. Continue the same breath pattern. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 6, hold for 2. But now, as you breathe, imagine breathing directly through your heart, not your lungs, your heart. Like your heart has a door that opens with each inhale, receives pure golden light, and radiates that light out through your whole body with each exhale. As you do this, feel or imagine a feeling of gratitude, not for anything specific, just pure gratitude as a frequency, the feeling of warmth, of fullness, of yes. Do this for 6 complete breath cycles. Step 3, field expansion, 90 seconds. Now imagine your heart field expanding. With each breath it grows larger, first filling your whole body, then expanding 3 feet around you in all directions, then filling the entire room. This is your biofield, your electromagnetic signature, and right now you're organizing it into coherence. As you breathe and expand, mentally state, I trust the physics, I trust the field, I trust that my frequency creates my reality, not as affirmation, as recognition, as remembrance. Do this for 6 complete breath cycles, then open your eyes. You've just shifted your field from chaos to coherence, from survival to creation, from trying to allowing. When you do this exercise for the first time, it might feel artificial, like you're making it up. That's normal. Your nervous system has been running on chaos for so long that coherence feels unfamiliar. Your mind might wander. You might feel restless. You might think, this is stupid. I have real work to do. That's your nervous system resisting change. That's your subconscious trying to keep you in familiar frequency patterns. But if you do this consistently for 30 days, you will begin to notice changes, synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, people showing up, resources appearing, your reality bending toward your desires, not because you forced it, but because your field organized around a new frequency. Now, before you run off to practice this, there's something crucial I need to tell you about why this works. Because it's not just about your field, it's about how your field is entangled with every other field in the universe. And when you understand that, when you really trust that, everything changes. Let's talk about something that breaks the rules of everything you learned in school: non-locality. The scientific fact that particles and consciousness are not bound by space or time. Dean Radin, senior scientist at the Institute of Noetic Sciences, conducts an experiment that should have been impossible. He takes a person and measures their galvanic skin response, essentially their nervous system activation. Then he takes a sample of their DNA, separates it from the person by several rooms, sometimes miles, and exposes the DNA to emotional stimuli. Here's what should have happened according to classical physics. Nothing. The DNA is no longer connected to the person. It's just cells in a petri dish. Here's what did happen. When the DNA was exposed to emotional stimuli, the person's nervous system responded instantaneously. Even when separated by miles, the person and their DNA remained entangled. The person felt in their body what was happening to their cells that were no longer even inside their body. This experiment has been replicated multiple times by multiple institutions. The data is clear. Your consciousness is not confined to your body. It extends beyond space. It exists in a non-local field. Here are the measurements that matter. 10 to 20 seconds. Time delay for quantum entanglement, essentially instantaneous. 100,000 neurons. Number of neurons in your gut, your second brain. 40,000 neurons. Number of neurons in your heart, your third brain. 1,000. Dr. David Hawkins' scale of consciousness, measured through muscle testing and validated through quantum physics, 200 plus. Frequency level required for creativity and manifestation. Dr. William Tiller, Professor Emeritus at Stanford, proved that human intention can alter the pH of water by a full point, not through physical manipulation, through consciousness alone. He did this in a double-blind study with devices that imprinted intention. He could send these devices across the country, and they would still affect water in laboratories thousands of miles away. Consciousness is non-local. Consciousness is entangled, and consciousness affects matter. Do you understand what this means for your life? It means when you think about someone, you're not just thinking about them, you're entangled with them. Your field is touching their field instantaneously across any distance. It means when you set an intention for your future, you're not sending a wish out into the void. You're entangling your current consciousness with your future self. You're creating a quantum bridge across time. It means you are never truly alone. You are never truly separate. You are entangled with everything and everyone you've ever connected with. And the quality of that entanglement, whether it's coherent or chaotic, loving or fearful, trusting or doubting, determines what collapses into your reality. Here's what changes when you truly understand this. You stop trying to get things from the universe because you realize you're already entangled with everything you desire. It's not separate from you. It's not out there. It's already connected to you at the quantum level. Think of the quantum field like a vast tree. Not a tree in time, but a tree of possibility. The trunk is the present moment, but from that trunk, infinite branches grow. Each branch represents a different version of your life, a different choice, a different outcome. On one branch, you said yes to that opportunity. On another, you said no. On one branch, you trusted and leaped. On another, you doubted and stayed safe. On one branch, you healed your relationship. On another, you walked away. All of these branches exist right now, simultaneously, in the quantum field. The tree isn't in the future. The tree is. All possibilities exist now. So manifestation isn't about creating something new. It's about shifting to the branch where what you desire already exists. And how do you shift branches? Not by thinking about the other branch, not by visualizing the other branch, not by affirming the other branch, by matching the frequency of the other branch. If the branch where you're abundant exists at the frequency of trust, peace, and knowing, and you're currently vibrating at the frequency of anxiety, lack, and doubt, you can't access that branch. It's not that it doesn't exist. It's that you're quantum mechanically misaligned. You're trying to tune into a radio station while broadcasting a completely different frequency. And here's the part that's difficult to accept. You can't shift branches through effort, through force, through trying harder, because effort and force are frequencies too, and they're low frequency. They're survival frequencies. When you're trying to force a manifestation, you're broadcasting, I don't have this, I need this, I'm incomplete without this. And the quantum field, like a perfect mirror, reflects that back to you. More situations where you don't have it, more experiences of need, more proof of incompleteness. The shift happens through allowing, through trust, through coherence. It happens when you can hold the frequency of already having what you desire without needing it to show up to feel okay. That's quantum trust. So how do you cultivate this level of trust? How do you match the frequency of the branch where your desire already exists? Through a practice called future memory. Not visualization, not vision boards. Future memory, the practice of remembering something that hasn't happened yet, as if it's already complete. The Future Memory Protocol. Do this practice once daily for 15 minutes, preferably in the evening before sleep, when your subconscious is most receptive. Step 1. Coherence. First, 3 minutes. Start with the 3-breath coherence protocol from earlier. You cannot access future timelines from a chaotic nervous system. Coherence first. Always. Ground. Activate heart. Expand field. Step 2. Future self-encounter. 5 minutes. Once you're in coherence, imagine yourself 6 months from now. See yourself standing in front of you, but this isn't the you that's hoping for your desire to manifest. This is the you that already has it, the version of you that exists on the branch where your manifestation is complete. Notice everything about this future you. How do they stand? How do they breathe? What's the quality of their energy? What's the expression on their face? Do they seem anxious or peaceful? Do they seem like they're waiting for something? Or do they seem complete? Don't force the image. Let it come to you. Step 3. Frequency matching. 5 minutes. Now, instead of asking your future self, what should I do? Or how did you get here? Ask this. What frequency are you holding right now? Then feel it. Don't think about it. Feel it. What does it feel like to be the version of you that already has this? Not excited, not grateful. That comes later. Just complete, whole, like you're not waiting for anything. As you feel this, breathe it into your body, into your heart, into your field. Imagine your current field beginning to vibrate at the same frequency as your future self's field. You're not becoming them. You're entangling with them. You're creating a quantum bridge. You're collapsing the distance between who you are now and who you are then. Step 4. Gratitude seal. 2 minutes. Once you've matched the frequency, seal it with gratitude. Not gratitude for what you're going to get. Gratitude for what already is in the quantum field. Thank your future self. Thank the field. Thank the intelligence of the universe for maintaining all possibilities until you're ready to step into the one you choose. Then release it, let it go. Don't cling, don't check if it's working. Trust the physics. The first few times you do this, your mind will probably interrupt with doubt. This is silly. I'm just making this up. This isn't real. That's normal. That's your logical brain trying to keep you safe in familiar reality. But remember, the quantum field responds to frequency, not logic. Your body doesn't lie. If you feel different after this practice, if your nervous system is calmer, if your heart feels more open, then it worked. You shifted your field. And when your field shifts, your reality must shift to match it. Not immediately, not always in the way you expect, but inevitably. Physics doesn't care about your doubts. Physics responds to your frequency. Now here's where most people make a critical mistake. They do the inner work. They shift their frequency. They create coherence. They match the vibration of their desired reality. And then they walk out into the world and let their energy get completely hijacked by everyone and everything around them. They wonder why their manifestations aren't showing up, not realizing their field is being drained faster than they're filling it. So now, let's talk about something most spiritual teachers won't discuss. Energy hygiene. The daily practices that protect and maintain your field so that the frequency you cultivate actually stays cultivated. Let's talk about something the manifestation community rarely discusses. Your biofield is permeable. It's not a solid boundary. It's an electromagnetic field that interacts with every other field around you. And if you don't learn to manage it consciously, it will be managed by your environment. Citação científica específica. In 1994, Dr. Valerie Hunt, professor of physiological science at UCLA, pioneered the measurement of the human biofield using electromyography and specialized high-frequency equipment. What she discovered revolutionized our understanding of human energy. The biofield consists of multiple layers, each vibrating at different frequencies. 250 hertz, physical body baseline frequency. 2 250, 500 Hz. Emotional body frequency range 500, 1000 Hz. Mental body frequency range 1000 plus Hz. Spiritual body frequency range. But here's what most people don't know. These fields don't just exist around you. They interact with every field you encounter. When you're around someone angry, your emotional field temporarily entrains to their anger frequency, unless you're consciously protecting your field. When you scroll social media filled with fear and outrage, your mental field begins vibrating at the frequency of chaos, unless you're consciously grounding yourself. When you're in nature, your entire biofield synchronizes with the Earth's electromagnetic frequency, the Schumann resonance of 783 Hz, which is the same frequency as deep meditation and theta brainwave states. The numbers tell the story. 783 Hz, Earth's electromagnetic field, Schumann resonance, the frequency of deep healing and connection. 10, 12 Hz, alpha brainwave state, relaxed awareness and creativity. 4 to 7 Hz, theta brainwave state, deep meditation and quantum access. 15 minutes, time it takes for your nervous system to fully entrain to someone else's emotional state. If you're not grounded, 3-6 feet. The radius of your biofield, larger when you're in coherence. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, trauma researcher and author of The Body Keeps the Score, has documented how trauma creates disruptions in the biofield that can be measured through infrared imaging and EMG readings. Your trauma isn't just in your memories, it's in your field. And until you clear your field, your body keeps broadcasting the frequency of the old trauma, even if you've mentally healed it. So here's what this means practically. You can do all the inner work. You can meditate, you can visualize, you can create coherence, you can match the frequency of your desired reality. But if you then spend 8 hours scrolling social media, watching the news, or absorbing other people's anxiety, you've just drained your battery faster than you charged it. If you're empathic, and if you're watching this video, you probably are, you're unconsciously absorbing the emotional frequencies of everyone around you. Your partner's stress, your co-worker's anxiety, your friend's depression, the collective fear from global events. And all of that gets stored in your field, in your nervous system, in your cells. This is why energy hygiene isn't optional. It's not extra. It's not woo-woo self-care. It's physics. It's bioelectromagnetic maintenance. It's the daily practice of clearing your field so that your frequency doesn't get hijacked by everything and everyone around you. Here's the truth that will change how you move through the world. You are not responsible for other people's energy, but you are responsible for what you allow into your field. Think of your biofield like a house. Most people live in a house with no doors, no windows, just open walls. Everything flows in, the neighbor's anger, the co-worker's stress, the collective fear from the news, the energetic debris from crowded spaces. And they wonder why they're exhausted, why they can't maintain their high vibration, why their manifestations keep getting interrupted. You wouldn't leave your physical house with the doors wide open, letting anyone and anything walk in, would you? You'd have boundaries, locks, a way to filter what enters your space. Your biofield needs the same thing. But here's the important distinction. Boundaries are not walls. Walls block everything, including love, connection, and positive energy. Boundaries are permeable membranes. They let the good in. They keep the harmful out. They give you choice about what you absorb. So let's break down what this looks like practically. Scenario 1. Someone is venting to you about their problems. Without field boundaries, you absorb their anxiety. Your nervous system entrains to their stress. You leave the conversation feeling drained, overwhelmed, and like you're carrying their burden. With field boundaries, you hold compassionate space for them. You listen, you care. But their energy doesn't penetrate your field. You remain grounded in your own frequency. You can be present without being permeable. Scenario 2. You're scrolling social media and see disturbing news. Without field boundaries, your nervous system immediately activates. Your cortisol spikes. Your field begins vibrating at the frequency of fear fear and outrage. You spend the next hour in survival mode. With field boundaries, you acknowledge the information, you feel appropriate emotion, but you don't let it hijack your entire system. You consciously ground, you return to coherence, you choose your response instead of being controlled by your reaction. Scenario 3. You're in a crowded space, mall, subway, airport, without field boundaries. You're unconsciously absorbing the emotional frequencies of hundreds of people. Anxiety, frustration, exhaustion. By the time you leave, you feel like you've been energetically assaulted. With field boundaries, you consciously contract your field. You wrap it close to your body. You create an energetic container. You move through the space without absorbing the chaos around you. And here's what makes this difficult. If you grew up in an environment where your energy wasn't respected, where you had to constantly monitor other people's moods, where your emotions were dismissed or criticized, where you learned that your value came from taking care of others, then having boundaries feels wrong. It feels selfish, it feels cold, it feels like you're abandoning people who need you. But that's a trauma response. That's not truth. The truth is, you cannot hold a high frequency if you're constantly absorbing low frequencies. You cannot create coherence if you're surrounded by chaos. You cannot manifest abundance if you're energetically giving everything away. Boundaries aren't selfish. Boundaries are self-respect at the energetic level. Tipo 3. Aplicação prática e exercícios. 44 cursi, 48 zeros. So how do you actually maintain your field throughout the day? Through energy-hygiene protocols. These are as important as brushing your teeth. More important, actually, because your field determines your reality. The daily energy-hygiene protocol. Morning clearing, 3 minutes before you look at your phone. Sit at the edge of your bed, feet on the ground. Visualize golden light pouring down through the crown of your head. See it filling your entire body, every cell, every organ, every system. Then see it expanding beyond your body, filling your entire biofield in a 3-foot radius around you. This light dissolves any stagnant energy from sleep, any energetic debris from dreams, any frequencies that aren't yours. Then see all of that dissolved energy draining down through your feet into the earth, where it's neutralized and composted. Say, out loud or silently, I clear my field of all energy that is not mine. I reclaim my power. I set my frequency. Boundary setting, 2 minutes before you leave your home. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, visualize a boundary of light forming around you. Not a wall, a permeable membrane of golden or white light. See this boundary extending 3 feet in all directions. It moves with you. It's flexible but firm. Set your intention. This boundary allows love, support, and positive energy to flow to me. This boundary prevents me from absorbing energy that does not serve my highest good. I am protected. I am sovereign. Place your hand on your heart and feel this truth settle into your body. Midday reset, 1 minute, multiple times per day. Whenever you feel your energy dropping, your mood shifting, or your thoughts spiraling, place both feet flat on the ground, even if you're sitting. Take 3 deep breaths. Mentally say, I return to my center. I return to my frequency. That's it. 10 seconds. But those 10 seconds are the difference between spending the rest of the day in someone else's frequency versus your own. Evening, release. 5 minutes before bed. Lie down or sit comfortably. Scan your body from head to toe. Notice any areas that feel heavy, tense, or off. Those are areas where you've absorbed energy that isn't yours. Maybe from a stressful conversation, maybe from a crowded space, maybe from the news. As you exhale, visualize that energy leaving your body like smoke. See it draining out through your feet. Watch it dissolve. Then fill those areas with your own frequency, your own light, your own coherent energy. Finally, set your field for sleep. As I sleep, my field regenerates. My nervous system recalibrates. I wake up in full coherence and alignment with my highest frequency. Weekly, deep clearing, 15 minutes, once per week. Choose 1 day per week for for deeper energy work. Options: salt bath, Epsom salt, or sea salt. Sit for 20 minutes. Salt neutralizes electromagnetic frequencies. Nature grounding. Walk barefoot on earth for 15 minutes. Direct contact with earth discharges excess energy. Chakra clearing. Use sound, singing bowls, tuning forks, or visualization to clear each energy center. Smudging. Use sage, palo santo, or other cleansing smoke to clear your physical space and aura. The specific method doesn't matter. What matters is the intention to clear your field at a deeper level. When you first start practicing energy hygiene, you might feel like you're doing it wrong because you still feel affected by other people's energy sometimes. That's normal. Your field has been permeable for years, maybe decades. It's been trained to absorb everything. Retraining takes time and consistency. You might also feel guilty setting boundaries, like you're being cold or uncaring. That's your old programming talking. Remember, you can be compassionate and protected. You can care about someone and not absorb their pain. The people who are meant to be in your life will respect your boundaries. The people who get upset when you set boundaries were probably benefiting from your lack of them. If you practice these protocols consistently for 30 days, you'll notice you're less exhausted at the end of the day, you're less reactive to other people's moods. Your manifestations start showing up more consistently. You feel more like yourself instead of a sponge for everyone else. Because when your field is clear and protected, it can hold the frequency you're cultivating. And when your frequency is consistent, reality has no choice but to match it. Cliffhanger para proximo segmento. Now, before you start implementing all of this, there's one critical mistake that 90% of people make with quantum manifestation, and it's the difference between sporadically manifesting small things and consistently creating massive shifts in every area of your life. Let me show you what that mistake is and how to avoid it. As promised, I'm going to reveal the #1 error that prevents 90% of people from truly trusting quantum physics, and therefore from manifesting consistently. And I need you to really hear this, because if you miss this, everything else we've covered won't work the way it should. The error is this: trying to force the outcome instead of allowing the frequency. Let me explain what I mean. Most people approach manifestation with the energy of desperation, of need, of I have to make this work. They do the visualization, they say the affirmations, they match the frequency. But underneath all of that, there's a clenched fist, there's a tightness, there's a fear that says, if this doesn't work, I'm screwed. If this doesn't manifest, I'll never be happy. I need this to happen. And that need, that desperation, is a frequency. It's the frequency of lack, the frequency of I don't have this yet, the frequency of separation from your desire. And guess what the quantum field responds to? Not your visualization, not your affirmations, your frequency. So you're visualizing abundance while broadcasting lack. You're affirming love while broadcasting unworthiness. You're matching the frequency of your future self while secretly terrified that it won't work. And the universe, like a perfect mirror, reflects that frequency back to you. More situations where you're trying, more circumstances where you're waiting, more proof that you don't have what you want. Why is this so common? Because we've been trained by a survival-based world to believe that effort equals results, that the harder you try, the more you deserve to receive. But quantum physics doesn't work that way. The quantum field doesn't respond to effort. It responds to resonance, to alignment, to frequency matching. Think about it. When you're trying to force something, what's the energetic quality? Contraction, tension, control, fear. When you're allowing something, what's the energetic quality? Expansion, ease, trust, flow. Force is low frequency. Allowing is high frequency. And here's the paradox that breaks people's brains. The less you need your manifestation, the faster it comes. The more you trust it's already yours in the quantum field, the quicker it collapses into physical reality. Because when you trust, your nervous system relaxes, your field opens. You stop broadcasting desperation and start broadcasting alignment. And alignment is the frequency that magnetizes your desires to you. So the solution is simple but not easy. Do the practices, match the frequency, create coherence, clear your field, but do it all from a place of "this would be wonderful" instead of "I need this." Do it from a place of "I'm curious what the universe will bring" instead of "it has to happen this specific way." Do it from a place of "I'm already complete" instead of "I'll only be happy when this manifests." It's a subtle energetic shift, but it's the difference between manifesting from lack and manifesting from abundance. Trust that the physics works. Trust that your frequency creates your reality. Trust that what's meant for you cannot miss you. And then let go, not of the desire, not of the vision, but of the need for it to happen in order to feel okay. So let's bring this all together. First, you discovered that quantum physics isn't just philosophy or wishful thinking. It's real science with measurable results. You learned about quantum entanglement from Einstein's 1935 EPR paradox and Alain Aspect's 1982 experiment that proved particles remain connected across any distance. You learned about the HeartMath Institute's research, showing that your heart creates an electromagnetic field 60 times stronger than your brain, and that coherence in that field synchronizes your entire nervous system. You learned about Dr. Dean Radin's experiments proving that consciousness is non-local, that your field extends beyond your body, and that you remain entangled with your DNA even when separated by miles. You learned that Dr. David Hawkins mapped consciousness frequencies from 20, shame, to 1000, enlightenment, and that you need to be above 200 to access creativity and manifestation. This isn't mysticism. This is physics. This is neuroscience. This is measurable, repeatable, peer-reviewed truth. Second, you saw how energy self-care isn't luxury. It's medicine. It's technology. Your biofield is a measurable electromagnetic phenomenon that extends 3 feet outside your body. Dr. Valerie Hunt mapped the frequency layers from physical, 250 Hz, to emotional, 250, 500 Hz, to mental, 500, 1000 Hz, to spiritual, 1000 plus Hz. Your field interacts with every other field around you. Without conscious boundaries, you absorb the frequencies of everyone you encounter, their stress, their anxiety, their chaos. Your nervous system determines your frequency more than your thoughts do. You can affirm abundance all day, but if your nervous system is in survival mode, you're broadcasting lack. Coherence, the synchronization of your heart, brain, and gut, is the key to shifting your field from chaos to creation. And coherence isn't achieved through thinking. It's achieved through breathwork, grounding, and conscious energy practices. Third, you learned practical protocols you can start using today. The 3-breath Coherence Protocol to shift your field from survival to creation in just 5 minutes. The Future Memory Protocol to match the frequency of your desired reality by entangling with your future self. The Daily Energy-hygiene Protocol, morning clearing, boundary setting, midday resets, evening release, to maintain your frequency throughout the day. These aren't theoretical. These aren't "maybe they'll work if you believe hard enough." These are bioelectromagnetic practices based on measurable science. When you integrate these 3, science, energy, and practice, you're not just learning theory, you're becoming a quantum-conscious human being. Someone who doesn't just understand that consciousness creates reality, but lives it, breathes it, embodies it at a cellular level. You're not trying to manipulate the universe. You're aligning with the fundamental laws that govern it. You're not forcing manifestations. You're allowing your field to resonate with the realities that already exist in the quantum field. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're a conscious creator operating from trust instead of fear, from coherence instead of chaos, from quantum physics instead of hope. Now I want to hear from you. Leave a comment answering this question. What was the biggest shift you experienced while watching this video? Did you feel something change in your body? Did you have an insight that clicked everything into place? Did you realize where you've been forcing instead of allowing? Write it in the comments. I read every single one, and I respond personally. And if you practice any of these protocols over the next 30 days, come back and share your results. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to trust the physics themselves. If this content resonated with you, if you felt felt something shift as you watched, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Every week, I release new videos bridging quantum physics, consciousness science, and practical spirituality. This is not entertainment. This is education for the quantum age. This is the operating manual for conscious creation that they didn't teach you in school. Your subscription tells YouTube to show this content to more people who are ready for it, people who are tired of surface-level manifestation advice and want the real science, people who are ready to stop hoping and start knowing. So if you're ready for this journey, hit that subscribe button. This is just the beginning of your quantum awakening. And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, someone who's been trying to manifest but getting frustrated, someone who understands the theory but can't seem to make it work in real life, someone who's ready for the next level of consciousness, share this video with them. You might be changing someone's life by doing that. You might be the synchronicity they were waiting for. You might be the catalyst for their breakthrough. The universe put this video in front of you for a reason. And maybe part of that reason is so you can pass it forward to someone else who needs it. Remember this, you didn't find this video by accident. There are millions of videos on YouTube, billions of pieces of content, and somehow, some way, this one appeared in front of you. You clicked on it. You watched it all the way to the end. That's not random. That's quantum entanglement. That's your higher self pulling you toward the information you need. That's synchronicity. You're not here because you got lucky. You're here because you're ready to stop playing small, ready to stop doubting, ready to stop forcing, ready to trust the physics and watch your reality reorganize around that trust. You have within you right now the power to shift your frequency. And when you shift your frequency, you shift your reality. Not because I said so, not because it's a nice idea, because that's how quantum physics works. This isn't magic. This is science. This isn't luck. This is alignment. This isn't chance. This is consciousness creating reality through frequency, coherence, and trust. You are the observer collapsing the wave function. You are the consciousness entangled with infinite possibilities. You are the electromagnetic field organizing reality around your frequency, not theoretically, not metaphorically, literally. And now you have the knowledge and the tools to do it consciously, to do it consistently, to do it with trust instead of doubt, with coherence instead of chaos, with physics instead of hope. So the universe is waiting for you to stop forcing, waiting for you to start trusting, waiting for you to vibrate at the frequency of what you desire instead of the frequency of lack. Start today. Start now. Do the 3-breath Coherence Protocol this morning. Set your boundaries before you leave your house. Clear your field before you go to sleep and watch what happens. Watch the synchronicities. Watch the opportunities. Watch reality start bending toward your desires, not because you forced it, but because you allowed it by matching the frequency. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay in coherence, stay in trust, stay in alignment with the quantum field that's always, always, always responding to your frequency. Remember, when you really trust quantum physics, weird things start to happen. Beautiful, impossible, miraculous things. And you're about to experience them for yourself.